Hey, what's up, Thunder fans? Welcome to another segment of Thunder Things with the Thunder Guys. I'm Zack. This is Craig. We hope you guys have had a very, very Merry Christmas. It was a very Merry Christmas for Thunder fans.
Very much
Picked up
so.
a big win last night. We're super excited to talk about that, as well as just this little streak we got going on right now. Some solid Thunder basketball being played lately. Not just wins, but wins that look good. We look good.
Look good. Yeah, I mean, we'll get there later, but the Christmas win was by far my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I try really hard not to let Thunder basketball affect my personal life and emotions. I know that goes without saying that that's not really the case. Like, it's really hard. It's a lot easier to say that than it is to obviously live that. So I really, really wanted a win last night. I did not want James Harden and the Houston Rockets to ruin my Christmas.
Right. Yeah, I got offered tickets, and part of my hesitation was that I didn't want it to ruin my Christmas.
Right.
I knew I'd be upset if I watched it live and we lost, I watched it on TV, but even more so if you're there in the environment. So
it was it was a great win. We're gonna jump in, and we've got some new stuff that we're going to start doing with this week's show. So yeah, we'll take all the feedback we can get, see what we've got going here. But let's go ahead and jump in and talk a little bit about the last week of games, see how things have been going with that. And obviously we're riding a 5-game win streak. We went 4-0 since we last had a show.
The first perfect week of our show.
Of the season for us. We've not had, we haven't really had a good stretch. We look at our December, and we feel like we've done pretty well, but even with all those wins, they haven't really been good wins, I guess you would say. And I really feel like this last week, they were good wins, that we were solid, that we didn't have a lot of issues. That obviously, games weren't perfect, and we could have been better, but it wasn't It wasn't the worst, for sure, as far as what it has been. So let's jump in. We played Utah twice, started off the week, played them at home first. Big win. Second biggest deficit that we have given a team all season long.
107-79.
It was real solid. From start to finish, we just looked really good.
Yeah, we only gave up 9 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
We only had 3 for the longest time, and I was like, oh, please let them finish.
That would have been insane. It was just, it really was. It was a good win for us. Utah, they had some really shining moments early on in the season, and they were even on that short win streak until we played them a couple weeks ago. They came in, and that kind of was the game that got our ball rolling and stopped it for them, because they have just been not good at all. Rudy Gobert was out. He came back from injury, and now he's out with it's like a sprained MCL or something. He's supposed to miss several months. Things don't look good in Utah. They cannot get healthy for the life of them. So they are struggling, to say the least.
Yeah, I liked the 19 of 22 from the free throw. That's huge.
A little gold nugget of surprise for Thunder fans, because we've not been able to do anything successfully from the charity stripe, it seems like, with any real consistency. So to see that, that's a good sign. Obviously, that's not going to be us every game. That's just not who this team is. But
unfortunately,
we were solid. Russell Westbrook, to me, had one of the most impressive games that he's had all season long, and it stood alone on his 10 of 13. He did that through 3 quarters, shooting that high percentage after. And let's be honest, he has been surrounded by so much question and even almost controversy about, is he really that good? Was last season a fluke? Which is just absurd. The guy struggled. Like, we get it. It's not like it was a big deal. It was hurting the team. We get that and everything, but it's not like it's not like he's just going to regress into this terrible player. Okay, he had a tough start, and I saw an interesting take that perhaps because of the knee injection that he had to take some time off. Maybe he wasn't in the best physical shape, and he's just now really getting his legs. Right. That makes sense. We're 30 some odd games in, and he's really just now starting to get some of that stamina, I guess you could say. And he's been playing like it. He's been shooting well with confidence. He's had a nice little string, and we'll talk specifically about him. But moving on to we hosted Atlanta on Friday.
Not a good looking win.
We looked great in the second quarter. The first quarter was difficult. Second quarter was really. We looked really good. I went to that game, probably best seats I've had all season, honestly. I got to go with a friend of mine. I was down on the lower level, so I got to get a pretty good view of what we looked like. And we were doing a solid job. Went into halftime with 14-point lead, and I was like, this is going to look a lot like the Utah game. Right. We're just going to blow this wide open. And we came in third quarter, and we did what we've done so many times in the third quarter. Just fell apart.
They outscored us 31-18 in that quarter.
That should never happen with
That's when you start to see the memes on Twitter, like, here we go again.
Yeah. And that gets so old. Like, I know, I've said this, I don't know how many times, I'm so tired of hearing that. Like, we get it, we've had some letdowns early on, but that's not really been who we've been, and this third quarter letdown, it looked like we were headed right for that. So I don't know if I don't know what you thought. Fourth quarter, obviously, we managed to come away with the win off that Russell Westbrook buzzer beater. We scored 38 points, which is crazy, but we allowed 36. Not really fantastic. That great.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the win though, and a lot of people want to. Oh well, here we go again. Same old team. The blowout against Utah was a fluke, that kind of thing. And I looked at it like, look, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to blow out every single team that we should. Obviously, if we'd have lost, it would have been awful.
Right.
On a lot of.
It's irritating when you see the like people saying. We're sitting here on a 5-game winning streak, 4 games above 500, and I'm still seeing people say, well, I'll buy in on this team when they start beating people by 25 points.
Who does that?
Well, why are the expectations so high? You know what I mean? Like, Golden State doesn't win every single game by 25.
They don't win every single game.
It's not even
I'm just saying,
it's not realistic.
They are really good. They have the best team. As far as top to bottom, they have the best team in the NBA. Nobody's going to argue that. But we beat them.
Right.
They've lost to other teams. I mean, right now, I can't remember what their record is right now, but they're not as good as they were last year. They're struggling more. They don't have the composure that they've had in the past. I don't know if you watched any of the game yesterday, the Cleveland Golden State game. Kevin Durant should have been tossed in the first few minutes of the game. Let's be honest, they didn't because it's Christmas Day, Golden State premier game, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to say, make an excuse. In a normal game, he should have been tossed. Draymond Green got a technical right after that, almost taking the place for Kevin Durant. I don't know. It was weird. There were a lot of weird things that went on in the game. Point being is they are beatable. They're not out there destroying every single team. Do they have some of those wins? Sure. We've had a couple. Exactly. Not as many.
But I just don't understand why that has to be. Like, I don't care if we win every game by 2 points. I mean, a win's a win.
A win is a win. And here's what you hear a lot. No moral victories when we lose. Well, here's my thing. No moral losses.
Right.
Just because we don't win and look good doesn't mean we have to be critical of every single thing. Now, I mean, if you've been watching our show, listening to our show, reading our stuff, I feel like we are a fair amount of critical. We've been accused of being fanboys. I'm a self-proclaimed fanboy in a lot of ways, but I can be critical of this team, and I have been. And I feel like it's unfair to say that we're not... Hold on. All right, sorry. My dog's running around. Anyways, I feel like it's unfair to say that we're incapable of being critical, but at the same time, it's ridiculous to have such high expectations that really aren't probable for most teams, any teams. I don't know. He's good. Sorry, my dog's hacking up something right now. He's been digging in the trash. We're good though. Let's stay focused. Okay.
Oh man,
this really wasn't that great of a win. I look at the stat line though, and I look at Russell Westbrook, 12 of 17, another fantastic shooting game for him. Throw in his 15 assists. He only had 7 rebounds. I say only, but he was doing everything well. He was distributing. He only had 3 turnovers. I mean, I will take that any day of the week. And then I look at Carmelo Anthony. He went 8 for 19, which that's not fantastic for him though. What he's been shooting,
right.
that's pretty good. Honestly, that may have been one of his better games in a Thunder uniform, and we came away with the win.
He had 7 7 out of 12.
I know.
I mean,
I would if you told me going into that game that Carmelo Anthony was going to shoot 12 threes, I was going to be like, oh, we're definitely going to lose to Atlanta, and I'm going to want to quit being a Thunder guy. I don't know, but if he's going to knock down 7 of them, once again, this is a prime example. He needs to know his role.
Right.
That night, we needed that. He did that, and it worked. We came away with a win. I mean, 7 of 12, that's not bad. Obviously.
That's amazing. From the 3?
I can't shoot 7 of 12 from 3. I can't make my player on 2K maybe and shoot 7 of 12 from 3. So we'll take that on a night where Paul George really wasn't getting much. Steven Adams was okay, 6 for 9 for 16 points that night. But the bench didn't give us a whole lot. I mean,
oh my goodness,
they were
10 points?
Okay. No, they had 25.
Oh, I'm looking at field goals over here. Okay, I'm
yeah,
like,
they had
I'm like,
25.
goodness gracious, how did we?
I mean, they did okay. That's about a standard night for our bench, but not great. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Alex Abrinas, his playtime is diminishing, and
As it should be.
my boy Josh Eustace, his playtime's going up.
Eustace, we have a problem.
Was that not the best?
I loved it.
What game was that? Was that Utah?
It was, yeah,
the
one
second
of the
one in
Utahs, yeah.
Utah. Josh Eustace hits a 3. Brian Davis. Eustace, we have a.
Of all the Brian Davis sayings, that one's not bad. I don't mind that one.
Does that take the place of C. Senor?
It should.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And I feel like we both love Alex Abrinas, but once again, we're not afraid to be critical. He has not been good this season, and it's showing in the box score. His play time. He's not played nearly as much as maybe I expected. But anyways, moving on. Played Utah at Utah on Saturday.
Yeah, the day after, right? It was
a lot of people were
back.
picking this, even as bad as Utah has been, as much as we blew them out. I saw plenty of even local media picking us to lose this game. Second half of a back-to-back, I feel like we played a lot of long games lately. We had the triple overtime in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
And then the triple overtime, regular overtime in Memphis, triple overtime in Philadelphia. So those games, guys are tired, they're losing. I mean, we had several road games going on there and that kind of thing. But this was a good game. And we struggled at times. And like even early, not up by as much as we would have liked to, only like a 4-point lead at halftime. But the third quarter, we came out and we did what we needed to do. We took care of business. We kept our foot on the pedal and we kept scoring. In the fourth, kind of let up a little bit, not too much. We still outscored them. Ended up winning by 14 points. I'll take on the second half of a back-to-back.
Right.
And we, I think we kind of feel the same way about back-to-backs. Those are games where guys are going to be tired, especially when you go from home to having to travel overnight. Some people... like your father, I believe, disagrees. These are professional athletes. They should always be ready to go. I think back-to-backs... science proves it.
Right.
You can't argue with science. But you get my point.
Yeah. To me, the biggest deal here is coming off of a back-to-back that your legs are going to be tired, shots are going to be short, you're not going to shoot as efficiently. 103 points is not terrible, but it's below our season average, I believe. So
actually, it's right around.
Is it right around there?
We average like 102-ish.
The 25 points is the most we ever gave up in a quarter. So defense has to be huge on the second half of the back-to-back, and I feel like the Thunder showed
giving
up
only 89
defense.
points. That's
22, 21, 21, and then 25 in that fourth quarter. So
in a game where, considering we gave up 117 to the Hawks the night before, who honestly their offense is pretty decent. So like they average around 110, 115. So we shouldn't have given up that many to them.
Crazy that they're like losing games.
Well, their defense is just so terrible, and they don't have that star. And we talked about that, but I don't want to go backwards. Moving on, Christmas Day.
Real quick.
Sorry,
Paul George, 10 of 17 against Utah. I think that won us the game in my opinion.
He showed up. We needed that.
4 of 7 from the 3.
My favorite number for him, 6 steals.
Yes.
He had, I believe it was 4 in the first half, picked up 2 more in the third. I wanted him so badly to tie his career record, which is 7. Couldn't get that 7.
Was it a Thunder record, though, the 6 steals?
It may be. I just know his career record is 7.
Right.
I didn't see the thing about the Thunder record, but it very well may be. He was just everywhere. He was flying everywhere, which I think was great for him to come off a game where he didn't really shoot well against Atlanta. 4 of 12. To come in and be able to do that, that's awesome. We'll take that for sure any day of the week. So, yesterday, Christmas Day, Russell Westbrook said Merry Christmas to Oklahoma City. Literally, after the game.
That was my favorite.
I loved it.
I did too.
He looked at it and he was just, Merry Christmas. Like, it was just so, tip your hat, good sir.
Right,
very,
yeah.
And he was just... He was so pleasant.
I know. First of all, I love his crowd interactions as it is. Like when he, when he forced the other team to call a timeout, how he runs up to the corner and like, let's go.
To me, it's not like
that.
It's like he's engaging with the crowd, and obviously this could be me being biased, but to me, it's not like what Joel Embiid does. He does it because the crowd gets fired up about him provoking, and he just kind of like tries to get in guys' face, like this kind of thing. Whereas Russell Westbrook, that's his thing. He comes out, he does his little arm pump to start every single game. I love that. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. I get so excited. And then the crowd's going, he's getting pumped up. Carmelo Anthony's getting pumped up. we talked about this, and we'll talk more about Dre, but at the end of the game, whenever Dre airballs a free throw, he's like clapping for him, like, it's cool, we're good, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then Dre knocks down the second one. So, I mean, he is that guy. To me, I don't want to hear he's a bad teammate. I don't want to hear people don't want to play with him. I don't want to hear the fans love him. His teammates obviously love him, and then there's no reason not to. He had what I thought was a great game, 12 of 24.
50%.
50% on a high volume of shots. That's awesome.
He only took 1 3, which is, to me, amazing.
He only oh yeah.
Yeah.
If we look over the course of these other games, I mean, he shot, let's see, against Utah at Utah, 2 for 3 from 3. Against Atlanta, 1 for 2 from 3. At home against Utah, did not shoot a 3. Dude was jacking 10 to 15 threes in some games, and he seriously decreased it. And this is going to lead us into our next topic here in just a few minutes. Turning the season around, offense is changing. He's going back to the things that he's good at, but also moving away from the things that he's really not that good at. And he's letting other guys do that. So what else stood out to you from yesterday's
The big three. I mean, and even Steven Adams, the big four. Is this the best game that they've all shot?
Best whole game, yes, by far. All the starters shot over 50%. I don't know if you realize it, including Andre Robertson at 3 for 4. Not too shabby, if I do say so.
I mean, I'm fine with a 3 for 4 for Andre Robertson. Like that's
right. To me,
perfect.
that's about where he needs to be. And 2 for 4 from the free throw line, that's really not bad. Yeah, he airballed one, but here's what people need to realize: an airball free throw is the exact same. Well, not quite the exact same thing, but it's a miss, just like every other one is a miss. Yeah, can you get a rebound on another miss? Yes. It's possible.
Bad.
It is bad.
Listen,
and he deserves, like, he needs to get better. I get that. But I had people on Twitter last night saying, he airballed a free throw. He shouldn't be starting. He shouldn't be getting almost 30 minutes a game. And I'm like, did you watch the rest of the game?
Right.
Listen, he saved the game. He made defensive play.
He made that play, yeah.
And then Russell Westbrook has the trust enough to get him the ball, and he hits that little reverse shot.
At the end.
Listen, most people need to make that. Most people will make that.
But for him, that's not a guarantee.
You never know.
I was like,
so was I. Because I knew if he missed, I knew you were going to say something.
I was wanting Russ to take it all the way. I
thought he would, though.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He had the mentality to share the ball. Dre hit it. Don't tell me that didn't just skyrocket Dre's confidence. Watch him come out and go 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Okay.
Let me tell you what happened. It was reversed from what you said earlier. He had banked the first one off the glass.
Oh,
and that's when Russ.
That's right.
So here's what I think happened. I think he shot it too hard, so tried to correct it on the second one and just.
And he does that.
He's like, I don't know if it's like a depth perception thing.
Maybe he needs to get his eyes looked at. Or maybe it's like he gets tunnel vision. And he just like he gets scared. I don't know, but. We looked good. Carmelo Anthony was 8 for 12. I love that right there. 12 shots. If he can live there, knock down even half of those, 20 points. That's fantastic. He shot 2 for 4 from 3, didn't jack too many. PG was 8 for 15, 4 for 7 from 3. And then even you got Steven Adams, 7 of 9. I'll take that any day of the week. 10 rebounds to go with it. The defense was everywhere. Dre, as a team, I think we had 9 steals, 10 blocks. Just insane. Like, we need those types of numbers. The bench was almost non-existent, but it was okay because the big three combined for 75. Adams chimed in with another 15. Dre had 8 himself. And then next to that, it was Jeremy Grant had 9 off the bench. Yeah. And then it really wasn't... nobody else was really effective. Yeah. But we had high volume of minutes last night from the starters. Rightfully so in a big game. I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break for all of our radio listeners. Hit it up with one of our sponsors. Stick with us. If you're watching live, we'll be get a little on-camera chat while the radio listeners are hearing from our sponsors. So you've been listening to the Thunder Guys on Crossover Radio, Radio with a Purpose, and we will be right back after this word from our sponsors. There we go. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We would love to hear from you, whether that means you were joining in on the conversation, whether you're tweeting at us at the Thunder Guys, any which way that you want it. We got it.
I like that.
I guess. Do you?
Should that be our slogan?
I don't know. I just can't that right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm pumped right now. We're gonna jump in and talk talk a little bit. You want to do your top 5 next? You want to talk turn of the season? Man? Okay, yeah. We'll do it. I'm gonna watch a Snap video real quick.
Oh, is that the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Snapchat I love when they do those little filters with the animals.
They're so ridiculous. Whew. I'm pumped, man. We're going somewhere right now, and I like it. The Thunder are looking good. They're feeling good. Everybody's shooting well. I'm happy. Thunder fans are happy. I feel like
I'm happy.
There's some
I'm not
that
trying
are
to get too happy.
Yeah, I think we're turning the corner though, and for me, that's where we need to be. That's what I'm excited about the most. So
yeah, we can do a little talking about that.
I'm having to do a little bit of leaning if you're watching me on YouTube Live, because my youngest son destroyed one of my adapters.
Destroyed.
So I can't use my other LED screen, whatever. I don't know. Whatever it is. I can't use it. But anyways, we're going to jump in. We're going to talk some a new segment that we've got with Craig as soon as we finish up with this ad.
Didn't have enough coffee today. I'm yawning over here.
Man. I should have read some before we got going.
Oh, clutch.
All right, we are back. Thunder Things with the Thunder guys. Day after Christmas. We hope that everybody's had a Merry Christmas. We are going to start with some new stuff this week. Trying to spice the show up a little bit, make it a little spicy. We've got. Do you like that? I'm just rolling
like
with
the
it.
Face
right?
you made.
It's spicy. We're going to start a new segment. It's going to be called Craig's Top 5. Every week he's going to come up with a new top 5 of whatever it is he's feeling, whatever he's vibing that week. He's going to let us know what it is. We're going to throw in some other stuff this week. I'm going to actually, and I've done this like once or twice already on the show.
It just hasn't really made it into
I figured it's
thing.
becoming a normal thing, so I'm just going to make it a thing. My weekly rant, because I've always got something to rant about. And then starting next week, I think we're going to start talking about some of our favorite Thunder or NBA related social media posts. There's a lot of good stuff going out there, and not just from guys like Joel Embiid, but some of our followers have some hilarious takes. And really, I just want to call them out on some stuff, because not by name. I mean, if they want me to by name, I will.
Put like a little. Never mind. I was thinking like the mean tweet segment, like all that. Yeah. We could read like our hate tweets just that we get.
Last night it was like all these Houston Rockets fans. But anyways, we love. No, we don't love Houston Rockets fans.
We don't.
We try to love everybody. Jesus is love. Okay. Anyways, stay focused. Okay. So this week we've got, for Craig's Top 5, we've got Craig's Top 5 Christmas movies. So
figured since we're in the season, might as well.
You know how much
out of the season. Yeah. I did this kind of for you because Christmas isn't my favorite.
I'm super excited because I've got like a long list of favorite Christmas movies. I don't even know what order they'd go in, honestly.
I hope you agree with these.
I hope I do too.
Okay, I'm gonna start from 5 and work my way down to my favorite.
Okay, cool. Number 5, hit me.
Number 5, Elf.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, gotta love it.
I remember when it came out. I want to say. Sorry, my wife's texting me asking if Dodie's out. Yes, the dog is out and he's running around and it's fine. We're good.
He's chilling right now.
Is he just
being a good boy?
Let's not.
Anyways, okay, focus.
Elf.
Oh no.
Elf came out whenever I was a kid, and I'm trying to remember what year it was. Like, I say I was a kid. I was maybe in high school, teenager.
I was against it for so long. I didn't want to see it.
2003. Yes, I'm so good with movie years. I don't know if you know this, but 2003. So I was in high school, and I remember when it came out because it was like I love Will Ferrell. He's hilarious.
Don't. What? He's not my. I don't mind him in certain things. I love like certain movies. Like Step Brothers is great. But overall,
I think he's hilarious.
I love Anchorman too. Maybe I like him a little more than I like to admit it. But
that's fair.
Anyways, I didn't want to watch Elf for the longest time. I finally watched it just a few years ago, actually, and I loved it. Number 4, this might be the one that I don't know if you're gonna agree on.
Right.
The Polar Express.
Man, I've not seen it.
What?
I know everybody's like, dude, you have kids. How have you not seen this? And I think my kids have actually seen it, and I've not seen it. But everything I've heard is that it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
I don't know why. So maybe since it's still the Christmas season, maybe
like
I can check it out.
The train conductor has like a long beard, right? Pull on it, and he turns around and he sees all these caribou, and he's like, "Caribou!" Like it's just
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, you got to check it out. Number 3, Home Alone, the first one.
Oh, of course.
Love Macaulay.
Home Alone. We've watched.
Glad he's doing well. He's not.
Right.
He's off the heroin, I think.
All the stuff.
Off all the stuff.
We've watched Home Alone, the first one, probably 6 times in the past few weeks. My son loves it. He thinks it's hilarious.
Oh,
I don't know
see,
why.
that's a bad idea because that's where he gets all of his little...
He's ornery enough.
Yeah.
I actually like the second one a lot too. It's not as good as the first one. Third one was it was bad. It was
a little Jonah Hill.
Yeah, like they brought, what was it, the Russians into it? Like, come on, computer chip. We've got like cyber security issue. Like, this is a kid at home dealing with some like snatch and grab robbers. Okay,
right.
The sticky bandits, the wet bandits. Like, let's not get into the whole trying to like. Hollywood was trying to create problems with Russia
doing
or
too
something
much,
like that. Yeah, like let's not do that. Okay, moving on.
For me, these next two are in like a different category. Like they're so far above.
So there's a big gap between 2 and 3.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Number 2, I got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I love Christmas Vacation.
I mean, you can quote so many different things from it,
and you can't quote some other things from it. But it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love it. It's been on the TV. I don't know how many times.
It's like they've been showing it like nightly, right?
Something like that on Freeform or whatever the channel is. But if it's on, it's on TV.
Exactly.
We're not
always
even
a good watch.
We're all like in other rooms, but it's on because it's like it needs to be on in the house.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's so good.
And then number 1, again, this one is on a way ahead, is A Christmas Story.
Oh yeah. You missed out on one of my favorites. Die Hard.
See, I don't really know if it's a Christmas movie.
That's been a huge debate on Twitter
I knew it,
lately.
and I didn't want to get into it because I didn't think
I
didn't think we had time with our 1 hour restrictions.
We don't.
That's why I didn't include it.
Okay, but me personally, I love Die Hard. It's so good. It's so good. Once again, good quotes. Some you can't say. That's fine. But it's a good movie. But yeah, Christmas Story, fantastic.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my
we exposed my
top
kids to it
5
yesterday, actually.
Starting them young, huh?
Yeah, they hadn't seen it
Did
yet.
they enjoy it?
They were doing the marathon. You know, they start 7 p.m. Christmas Eve, run it through, I don't know, New Year's, however long it is. But we had it running and we had it watched. And yeah, they paid attention, you know, on and off. They presents movie. So, you know, the usual. But anyways, that's this week's segment of Craig's Top 5. He'll be back next week with another one. So if you've got any ideas on what you would like the top 5 to be,
that's a good idea.
Shoot them our way.
Let me know, because I struggled to think of today's top 5.
No, man, I thought that was perfect. So anyways, let's move on. I want to talk about what the Thunder are doing in the month of December, turning the season around. That's been the question. Are the Thunder turning the season around? And I've been hesitant to say yes because right now we have an 11-3 record in December. That's 3rd best in the NBA. We've got a 5-game win streak, which is the best active streak in the Western Conference right now. And I've been hesitant to say yes, we're turning things around.
I just want you to remember that maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but I said that we were on we're turning in the right direction.
Yes.
So I know you were a little more hesitant than I was, but I was all in. Like,
I thought we could be, and I'm prepared to say we're getting there. Like, we are. I want to say, like, this is us, and the corner's like right here. We're almost around it. Okay, we were approaching,
right,
and then 4-game win streak. We're at the corner, and then we beat Houston. Bam, shoulder in the corner right there. I don't know if you guys can get that image there. We are coming around the corner. And we've got a good... We're going to talk about the weekly forecast. We've got Toronto, Milwaukee, and then Dallas. Okay, but...
Someone was telling me I should go to that game, and I was like,
If someone wants to give us tickets, we will go to any game.
I'm not going to pay money to see the Dallas Mavericks.
No!
But anyways.
No! Okay, once again, we should win that game, and we'll talk about that later. But right now, I feel like we're turning the season around, and a lot of people think... It makes sense to me that everybody's like, Melo should come off the bench. Paul George needs to be traded. Russell Westbrook's not an MVP type player. Last season was a fluke. Fire Billy Donovan. There is no bench. And all these issues. And then what did I say 2 weeks ago? Take care of the little things.
Right.
Take care of the little things. We're slowly doing that. And finally, everything's starting to come together. The defense is holding strong. They have been consistent as we've ever seen a Thunder squad be, in my opinion. Back in the years where we were making a run at the Western Conference Finals every year, we had one of the top defenses, like top 5, top 10 every single year.
Serge Ibaka blocking all those.
Yes.
Serge Ibaka.
Big Perk holding it down low as much as people wanted to hate on him. He was a defensive end. I love the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, not enough to hug him because he's scary, but I love the dude.
Yeah.
Anyways. So I feel like we're finally getting into that, and now this leads me into our next segment about offensive improvement. Here's a little stat that I pulled out yesterday. I went digging and I found this, and I thought it was super interesting.
You're the best at this.
I spend too much time on stats.nba.com.
You get lost in the stats?
I get lost in the stats,
Don't get lost in the stats, dude.
I start like, I wonder what would happen in this scenario, and I start looking for stuff because I see people tweet stuff, and I'm like, that's so good. Why couldn't I have thought of that?
We need to figure it out and then make our own little graphics.
Right. And so I start looking for stuff, and I come across things like, I'm like, I wonder what this looks like. And then I go, and stats.nba.com is awesome. Basketball Reference is another great website. They've got all kinds of good stuff. But I was looking last night, 5-game win streak. I wanted to see what our offensive rating was. And would you believe in that 5-game stretch, we had the best offensive rating in the NBA?
Yeah.
In the last 5 games.
Yeah.
Do you know where we rank on the season? We are 18th.
Ooh.
On the season.
I was going
to say even counting those 5 games.
Yeah.
So before those 5 games, it was worse. We were probably 22, 23, maybe even worse. Those 5 games, we are the best, ahead of the Golden State Warriors. I just want to throw that out there. Offensively. That's not including defensive rating. That's not net rating. That's just the offense. Blew my freaking mind. I could not believe it. And go ahead. You have something to say?
If you had something more to say about that.
Oh, I got lots of things.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I was just going to say, in my opinion, the reason why behind all of this is Carmelo Anthony.
He's a big part of it.
He has taken the number 3 spot.
Yes.
And I love it. And that's why I've been so high on Carmelo Anthony, even talking on here, defending him on Twitter. He's the obvious scapegoat. Anytime there's something wrong, it's Carmelo Anthony's fault.
Him? He has to what? What's the phrasing? That if he was going to be successful, what did he have to do? 2 words. Buy in.
Oh.
He had to buy in. And by God, he has bought in.
Right.
The past and however many games he has bought in.
Sorry, I was not following.
No, you're fine.
I was trying to figure.
But you're right. He has been a big part of it. He's finding his role as the number 3, and even sometimes the number 4.
And in him doing that, the entire offense is, and that's why I kind of, the attitude that he was having about it, I knew that it was a good vibe from him, because if he had problems, like I said, look at his past. He has no problem putting his coach on blast, putting the owner on blast. If he was not happy, he would have let the media know about it.
He would have said something.
Right. And so I knew the way he was talking about the attitude, when he took the blame, just saying, like, I got to make the shots. Right. I have to, we're running the offense.
That's but not, if I can't they got to find me in a better position, or they got to set better screens. He owned it.
Yeah.
And if you look at these 4 games over the last week, I mean, there's only one stat line that wasn't that great, the 6 for 18.
But still, I mean, that's not.
I mean, it's 33%, but he was 4 for 10 from 3 that
right.
game. The other ones, I mean, he shot. Let's see, last night especially was 8 for 12. When we hosted Utah, he was 5 of 12, and then Atlanta 8 for 19. I mean, those are solid shooting for him. He's not a go to the rim guy. He likes especially
now he's getting older.
Deuce. Yeah. So I mean, I'm cool with that. He's done well. For me though, the biggest part of everything would be. I
almost feel like with those, it was like 2-3 games in a row where he took very few shots. I don't know, like one game he took only 6 shots. He was like 2 of 6 on the night. Right. I almost feel like that stretch of games was him taking a step back and kind of just watching, how does this team flow when I'm not shooting 18 times a game? And now that he had those kind of times to reflect on that, he's finding his spot. He's taken that. I mean, without a doubt, specifically through these 4 games, Westbrook's the number 1 option now. Right. And I don't know that that's always been the case so far this season. He should be. Russ should always be the number 1 option. I feel like he's been too passive. He's been too hesitant.
I agree.
We're seeing him put up the 30-point games we know he can do or can produce now. So seeing Westbrook kind of taking that lead role on offense is great. He was number 2 behind Kevin Durant, but when you got a guy who shoots as efficiently as Kevin Durant,
was he ever really number 2?
He decided to be number 2. I'll say that. But I'm saying now and I think when Paul George came along, Carmelo Anthony came along, he was kind of, okay, now I can take a step back. But I think he was kind of realizing it wasn't working. Now he's kind of accepted that, taken control of the offense again. So Paul George comes in at the number 2 option, and he's been playing a lot better, shooting more efficiently over the last couple of games at least. And then, like we said, Melo 3. And then
with Russ, last night, big game, became the franchise leading scorer past Kevin Durant.
Thank goodness.
That's a big thing.
That's like a
people say, well, it took him long enough. Well, first off, he's a year behind Kevin Durant.
Right.
Kevin Durant was Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook really was not. Wait, did I say that backwards? No, Kevin Durant won Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook, his rookie year, Kevin Durant was there, obviously, so he was not the main guy. But he has surpassed Kevin Durant as the lead scorer for the franchise. He's shot 50% or better 5 of the last 6 games. One word that I have for Rockets fans: efficiency. Okay,
yeah.
That's what they scream about James Harden, and that they want to say for for anything. They scream efficiency, efficiency. And Harden didn't shoot well last night. He was, let's see, 7 of 18. I mean, it's not terrible, but for him, that's really not that great.
Yeah.
He was 3 for 11 from 3.
Goodness
Got
gracious.
blocked there at the end. That was big.
Your boy Dre.
And the dude was 12 of 14 from free throw line. Okay,
he lives on the free throw line.
He does. He shot 14 free throws. The Thunder shot 23 as a team, and several of those came at the end while we were trying to, while Houston was trying to play catch up. So I'm cool.
I hate watching James Harden play basketball.
Somebody, and I saw, I can't remember who it was that said,
I know I sound dramatic.
No,
but
somebody said the Rockets are so hard to hate. And I was like, you mean easy to hate? Their basketball is, if you're a fan of the team, then I can understand that. That's fine. But, man, the way he plays irks me. Their guys.
Think about it. We didn't notice it until he was gone.
Oh, no. And I argued with people about how, no, he's not a flopper. He's just, he's small and he gets hit and he deserves. No.
Yeah,
okay?
No, but
my non-Thunder fans tried to tell me, and I tried to argue, and it was like the glasses came off. And now... he's so hard to like.
Yeah. I mean, he did the same things here in Oklahoma, like going to the basket, stretching the ball out, trying to get. I mean, he's always. I mean, you got to give him credit for being able to. Draw the fouls.
Working. Yeah, obviously.
I mean, so I'm saying if
they
he's
had
on
to
your
create
team,
a rule to stop him from doing what he was doing.
Which I'm not even sure the rule has been that effective, but we don't have time for that. But I don't even know how do we start talking about how much we dislike James Harden all of a sudden.
It's hard.
I like him as a guy. I feel like he's not. But watching him play is definitely irritating. Or did they announce the new?
Yeah, I just got a tweet update about they're announcing the new city uniforms. I don't know if you've seen them, but I'm not a fan of them at all. It's the city edition. They go on sale tomorrow. Oklahoma City Thunder organization thinks they're going to go fast. I would say, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't care for them.
Looks like someone hopped on like a designing website and just threw something together.
They're about one shade of gray short from being the book. It looks like. I'm just.
There's a lot of shades.
There's
of gray.
too many shades.
There's at least 3.
If it was all gray, then it might be okay. But
or like a charcoal gray would be sweet.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things you can do, and
gray.
It's like they said, okay, you 3 guys go in on this, but gray is our main color, and they were like, oh, okay, well you design this part, you design this part, I'll design this part, and they all pick their own shade of gray and just it up there, and it's, I don't know, I'm not a fan, whatever.
Does that count as your rant for the day?
No, that's not my rant. I just saw that, but let's move on. Let's take a quick break. I'm gonna talk weekly rant. Spoiler alert. It's about Andre Robertson. So we're going to take another quick break, and we will be right back after this word from our sponsors. If I can get
Our sponsors are tight.
I mean, they keep us going. So we'll be right back. Crossover Radio, Radio with a Purpose. You've been watching, listening, Thunder Things with the Thunder Guys. You like how I said that all seductive?
I do.
Thunder Things with the Thunder Guys. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. You guys don't get to hear our ads. If you ever want to, do you think I need to? Is he bothering you?
No, I mean, not now.
All right, well, you talk to the viewers.
I'm
going to put the dog in.
Hey, viewers, I'm not very good at this whole lead thing, especially when it's YouTube Live. I don't even know what to say.
And where's that?
No. He's being a good boy.
Yeah, he's good.
Please give me ideas for my top 5. I would love to run my top 5 or whatever you guys decide. I thought about doing my top 5 movies of 2017, and as I started looking through all the movies, I realized that I haven't seen very many movies this year. I don't even know if I've seen 5 movies this year.
Sure that you have. Didn't Guardians 2 come out this year?
Guardians 2, I've seen... Baby Driver was really good. That one would have been in my top 5 of the year, but I couldn't, like...
For sure.
Hitman's Bodyguard, like, that's not a top 5 worthy movie, but, like... So I didn't want to do, like, the top 5 that I had seen because...
Right. I'm trying to think of some other good movies. The Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah. That's a given.
Real easy.
That's definitely...
All right. We are about to jump back in. Let's go ahead and
Like how I said nothing about the Thunder during my time to shine there.
You said what?
I said nothing about the Thunder during that short time.
Oh, it's cool, man. People are here for the good vibes and the good times. Real talk. Right?
I guess so, man.
Let's ads finishing up. Get some tight intro music. Man, you don't get the headphones, so you don't get to hear our tight intro music and stuff like that.
Is it cool?
So, I mean, I think it's good. It's like instrumental stuff.
Oh.
It's not like cheesy stuff, but anyways. Welcome back, Thunder fans listening on Crossover Radio, Radio with a Purpose. We are the Thunder guys, Zack and Craig. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Thunder Things with the Thunder guys. We're going to kick off this. I feel like I need to have like my own rant music.
That would be so cool. Like, can we add sound effects into this?
I mean, it's a little bit more difficult, especially whenever my kid's busy throwing stuff out. Let's go ahead and throw a new track up here and see what this sounds like. Okay, I can't remember which one this is, so we're gonna fade this one out. Let's see if we can get some rant music going on. And ooh,
is it good rant music?
I don't know. Maybe. Here,
need some like.
Let me give you a listen. Like it's a little bit fast, but you don't care for it? All right, well, let's go.
Yeah, we need to add something in there.
Yeah, we'll work with it. I'm gonna roll with it now. Here's what I want to talk about. Andre Robertson. Last night, let's be real, he saved the game. Yes, he missed 2 free throws there at the end. Yes, Houston tried to go hack a Dre. Yes, he airballed one, and that is embarrassing. After banking one off the glass, it looks bad. But let's be real. If it weren't for him, I don't know if we would have won the game. He had 2 major defensive plays at the end, plus that led to him actually getting the go-ahead bucket to put us up by 5. And I went and looked at his stats. Everybody wants to talk about his stats. He's not a great shooter. I had a follower say he is arguably the worst offensive player in the NBA. And I'm like, dude, I couldn't even name maybe 100 NBA players.
Have you heard of Kyle Singler?
Okay, that's a good point. But here's the thing. Here's some stats. I don't know if you know this. He is shooting 53.7% on the season from the field.
See, it doesn't seem that way.
It doesn't, but he is. Okay? He's only making 21% from 3. But he averages 1 3 per game. Okay?
So he makes one every... I don't want to...
He makes 1 every 5 games on average. He's only... Let's be real. He's not even shooting 3s right now. I can't remember the last time. I mean, if we look back over however many stats, okay... Houston did not shoot a 3. Utah did not shoot a 3. Atlanta did not shoot a 3. And Utah, again, whenever we were the visitor, Andre Robertson did not shoot a 3. Okay, did not shoot a 3 in the last week. He's not shooting 3s.
That's amazing.
I don't care what his percentage is.
I love it.
Okay? He's not shooting 3s right now. Hold on, I just lost my notes.
Sorry.
You're good. Next thing, everybody wants to argue about his free throws and how bad his free throw shooting is, and that's fair. He's shooting an abysmal 33% from the free throw line. But did you know...
Worse than last season?
Did you know it's because he's averaging 0.7 attempts from the free throw line? Okay? The fact of the matter is he's just not getting to the line a lot. Of course, we've got guys that are shooting 10 free throws a game, like Russell Westbrook. He was shooting terribly to start the season, as bad as Dre was at times. But he got into a rhythm. I firmly believe that Dre is a better free throw shooter than 33%, but because he doesn't get to the line regularly enough, he's not able to get in any kind of rhythm, especially in an NBA setting. Hold on, this is my rant.
Listen, I just want to ask you a question. You can confidently tell me you think that if he shot 10 free throws, he'd make more than 3 of them?
Yes, he would make at least 4. Anyways, here's the thing. He averages less than 1 attempt per game. Fuss about his free throw shooting all you want. I don't care. He shoots less than 1 per game. That means he misses less than 1 per game.
So what you're saying is that it doesn't matter because of how little he shoots.
It's a dumb stat. It's like Steven Adams shoots 0% from 3. What the heck?
Right. Okay.
He doesn't shoot 3s.
I see where you're coming from.
Now, the argument is, well, he could be a liability. And by the way, a fan said that he's a reliability on offense. And I was just like, this is when I quit responding to people. If you don't even know what word to use, then I'm sorry. He's a reliability on offense. Anyways, that he can be a liability. And I get that. If they go to hack a Dre, sure, it could cause problems. But here's what I loved. Last night, Billy Donovan said he purposely didn't take him out. He saw it coming. It happened once. It happened again. Did he take him out after that? He did, but it was because of the situation.
Right.
It wasn't because he had no faith in him. He said, I wanted Dre to fight through it. And he made 2 of 4. I'm okay with that. Like, that's not great, but that's not bad. You look at Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant shot 2 of 4 from the free throw line last night. He's only making 60-something%. He's not been great from the free throw line, and he goes a lot more often.
Right.
And people aren't fussing about him. His 3-point percentage is not that great either. He's shooting like 29%, but people aren't fussing about him and say, well, yeah, but he's a lot more capable. And I get it. He's flashy with the dunks, and that's exciting. But to say that he's that much better, by the way, he doesn't shoot as well as Dre does from the field overall. But I digress. I think that's right. I may have just dug myself a hole. I don't know. But my point is, Dre's only playing 26 minutes per game. And in those 26 minutes, he wreaks so much havoc on defense. And here's the thing. Everybody's like, well, he's not even at... we've got Paul George and Russell Westbrook leading the league 1 and 2 in steals. Dre's only averaging 1 per game. But people don't understand. Dre's man is locked down. He doesn't even get a pass his way a lot of times because of the defense that he's doing. His impact's not going to show up in the stat line all the time. He is able to defend at a high level, and he does it, and this is key, without fouling. He averages 2.2 fouls per game. All right? He makes plays that make, and hear me when I say this, he makes plays that causes teammates to make plays.
I agree with that. And there's been times
me,
where he's locked up a defender, and Paul George has came around the backside and stolen the ball.
Exactly.
No,
it's kind of like a hockey assist.
Right.
A basketball, a hockey steal. I don't
know how hockey works.
Right. It's when the guy passes to the guy that passes to the scorer. I wish we had those kinds of assists.
Dude, Russell Westbrook would have...
A kabillion?
Yeah, a kabillion.
That's not even real, but
yeah.
Anyways. Point being is that Andre Robertson, he deserves to be a starter in my mind. He has his faults. Not a good three-point shooter. Not a good free throw shooter. It's real simple. Don't shoot those. Not a problem. Okay? The free throw thing is the only thing that I feel like really falls down on him. He has been so good lately at being a ball hawk around the rim. That backdoor cut he's been so good at. He's even making those tiny little reverse layups that he misses so often sometimes.
Knock on
wood. But anyways, he's playing much better, and I feel like this all goes back to Russell Westbrook. Russ has figured out his role as number 1. Paul George is a solid number 2. Melo has fallen into number 3. Adams is clearly the number 4. And then we've got Dre at like number, I don't even know. He's down there somewhere. But he's doing enough. It's not like he's trying to do too much, and it's not like he's just non-existent. A lot of times he gets left alone out on the three-point line. That's fine. Let him. We don't really need him on offense. Are we playing 4-on-5 at that point? Yeah, but we got 3 All-Stars. Let's do it. Nay, we have, I'm going to say 4 All-Stars. Steven Adams might not be an All-Star this year, but I guarantee you that he will be soon. By the way, All-Star voting is open. We're going to do our best to get out a tweet every single day. The way it works is that you can vote once per day per player, up to 10 total players. We will get one out for Russ, Dre. Sorry, not Dre. Sorry, Dre. You're not.
I mean, we could.
Russ, do it. Adams, PG, Melo. All you got to do is retweet it at the Thunder guys. Get that out there. It counts as a vote once a day. You can do that. We want to see those guys in the All-Star game. I want to see Adams make it. I think he's one of the top centers in the league. And he's putting up the numbers to do it. I don't know. I feel like he's impacting it. We've got about 10 minutes. Let's move on. Talk weekly forecast. Tomorrow night, Toronto Raptors, best team in the East right now. They have the longest active win streak in the league at 6. They've been quiet all season long, and I mentioned them.
Sneaky good.
Sneaky good. And I've said it. I don't know. I wrote about it in our power rankings multiple times, which they are late, but they're coming out, people. They have been sneaky good. They've not been noticed, and it's like they've been up in Canada just doing their thing. I don't know.
No, that's so true, though.
And now they're leading the East. Boston is not as good as they were. They're finally falling back to earth.
Right.
Cleveland, they've had a couple struggles here and there. I still think Cleveland's the team to beat because Isaiah Thomas is going to be back in a few weeks, and it's going to be legitness going on in Cleveland, probably. I'm a big IT fan. I love the dude. His story is awesome. I liked him back when he played for the Kings. Just going to throw that out there. He was the last pick in the draft that year. I picked him up on my fantasy when he was playing for Sacramento because he was doing some work as a rookie. But anyways, point being, Toronto's good. They're really good at home.
Match up well with their guard play, though.
I agree.
I'm not worried about it.
And
Kyle inside,
Lowry,
I'm also not worried.
DeMar DeRozan, we've got at least the best defensive backcourt in the league, in my opinion. I don't think there's really any argument there.
And then with the way they've been playing
the offense has been flowing. And here's the thing. Toronto's offense is really good. They're 4th in the league in scoring with 111 points per game. DeMar DeRozan averages 25 points. Kyle Lowry with 16. Serge Ibaka, our boy Serge, we'll get to see him again. He averages 14. So I mean, those three alone are averaging 55 points, and then they've got Jonas Valanciunas who's averaging 12-ish. I don't know, but anyways,
definitely the toughest game of the week.
For sure,
should be.
At least for this week, I would agree. They are third in the league in opponent turnovers. We are first. They are actually first in points off turnovers, and we are second. So their defense isn't bad either.
Yeah.
So we need to keep an eye on it. They still allow a decent number of points. They're mediocre there, but as far as forcing turnovers, they are right there with us. We've got to take care of the ball. I think that's going to be key. Russell Westbrook needs to take care of the ball. We need to not come off this big win with this high feeling. We need to come in and take care of business.
I don't want it close.
Mostly because I'm going to be at the game with Angie, my wife, and with some other friends. I want it to go well because I want to have a good night.
Yeah, so, I want to close out the year. I don't want to kind of fade off where I feel like we're kind of peaking right now, and I don't want to take a step backward.
We want to ride this into the playoffs, just
all the way.
Disappear
don't
into the
stop
sky.
Until July.
Just disappear into the sunset.
You're doing a lot of visuals today.
I like it. I'm into it.
I like it. I'm so down.
I'm on Christmas break right now, and I still got a week left, so I'm just. I love being a teacher, but man, I love my breaks. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm playing too much Call of Duty. I need to read some books.
There's no such thing. You have all that time to read books.
Friday, Milwaukee.
Freak.
He was hurt on Saturday against Charlotte. He's expected to play tonight against Dallas.
Wasn't he trying to fight the coach at one point?
There was something along those lines.
Explicits thrown out there.
Yeah,
I will.
And some people were saying that wasn't that was just player coach talk. That's how they talk. And I'm like, man, if I ever said anything like that to my dad, my dad's not a physical person, but you better believe I'd be going through a wall or two. But point being, he should be. I'm expecting he'll be back. We're 1-0 against them this season. We beat them on Halloween. So that was a good. That was one of the few games where I felt like we looked really good. Milwaukee's been up and down, so I don't know. I don't really know what to expect out of them. They've got what's his name? Went from Phoenix. I just blanked. Point guard. Said he was at the salon when he said, "I just want to get out of here."
Oh, Eric.
It is Eric, right?
Eric
Bledsoe, yeah. Okay, he's there, and I feel like he's a good fit there because with him and Giannis, the Greek Freak, I think it'll be a good game.
So
be a good Friday night. Oh my gosh, he's like
crazy.
I don't even know. Have you seen his hands? Oh my gosh, I started reading about it. It's another thing. It was weird.
You're reading about hands?
It was weird. Like his hands, are like two of mine. It's stupid.
Well, did you see the
palm babies?
A couple games ago where he picked up the ball at the 3-point line and only needed 2 steps to dunk it? Like, no joke.
He's gonna be doing that Michael Jordan half-court Space Jam dunk or something someday. I don't know. Finish up the week with a New Year's Eve game hosting. By the way, these are all home games. Hosting the Dallas Mavericks.
If we lose on New Year's to Dallas, I feel like everything we've accomplished this last month is gone.
Flush it down the toilet. We're 1-1 against them, which is pathetic enough. We should realistically win. I feel like the crowd's going to show up.
Yeah,
they're going to be
a good crowd.
New Year's Eve is always a good showing. I feel like those games are always pretty solid for us. And I mean, let's go ahead and ride this win streak, carry that on into the new year, and then let's just roll with this. So I don't know. I feel like we're in a good spot. We're running out of time here. We got just a couple minutes, but I don't know.
We're gonna do the.
What do you think?
The happiness. What is it? What would make you?
What would make you thrilled?
Winning all of them, of course.
Just winning.
Just winning.
Okay. What would make you?
Would it be 8 in a row if we won all 3 of those?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
What would make you content?
2-1. I think riding the streak that we're on right now, and then looking at Toronto, it's going to be a tough one.
Okay.
Milwaukee. I feel like either Toronto or Milwaukee, one of those two, are you're likely to slip a game.
Games.
Yeah.
What would make you disappointed?
Losing to Dallas. I don't care. Like if we beat both Toronto,
okay, so 2-1's not good enough. We can't lose to Dallas.
Yeah, 2-1's good enough. 2-1's good enough if the loss isn't to Dallas. Okay. I'll say that.
Okay. Or just 1-2 in general. We don't want to do that. For me, to make me thrilled, 3-0 is not good enough. I want to see solid play against Toronto, solid play against Milwaukee. I want to blow Dallas out.
See, you are getting too confident, man.
Listen,
we were like,
let me tell you why though. I like Dennis Smith Jr. for Dallas. He was my preseason Rookie of the Year pick. Dude is cocky, and he needs to be put in his place. I want Russell Westbrook to break out, steal the ball, get off a fast break, just yam on him. I don't know what it is, but the dude needs to go into the new year with a resolution to be a more humble person.
Didn't Russ call him a kid?
I don't.
Was that who it was? Yeah. Or was that somebody else?
I can't remember.
I think it was Embiid
no,
that he called a kid.
It wasn't. It was Memphis. Somebody that played for Memphis. I can't remember who it was. But Memphis or Indiana. But no, we lost to Dallas last time we played them in Dallas, and I don't want to lose to Jim Carrey and the Mavericks again. He looks like Jim Carrey. Like there's no doubt about it. Okay, so I want to finish off the year strong. Go out with an 8-game win streak would be awesome.
Amazing. So happy.
At that point, right now we're 5th in the West. We're just like a game and a half behind, I think, Minnesota.
4 games out of 3rd.
We're pushing for number 3. I feel like 1 or 2 is going to be... I don't know if that's possible. Golden State and Houston are really good, and the way they're going... I mean, Houston could take a ridiculous tumble, which would just melt my heart with happiness. But
to see them tumble and then see James Harden not win MVP and just see
that'd be
the meltdown.
But I think the 3 seed is reachable. San Antonio, they haven't been real great. Kawhi is back, but he's only played in 4 of the 6 games that he's been back for, and they've only won 1 of those that he's played in. So obviously it takes time.
Yeah,
I have more faith in Pop than I do in most coaches. So I don't doubt that they're going to look good. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. It will be 2018 the next time that we see all of you, that you hear from us. So we just want to say Happy New Year from the Thunder guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this crazy ride. We try to keep it not too crazy. Little crazy today, for thank you so much for just being here, for listening, for watching, for reading everything that we put out. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at The Thunder Guys. Give us a like on Facebook. We're pushing all of our content out on there. Jump in on the conversation. We promise we won't make fun of you too hard. If you disagree with us, it's okay to disagree. We're not always right, but we're not usually wrong, right?
Not usually.
I think I might have been wrong on the comment earlier about the Andre shooting better than Jeremy Grant from the field. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But anyways, give us a follow. We want to hear from you all. We love interacting with fans or non-fans. We had a lot of those last night. Yeah. Something about Houston Rockets, man. Their fans come out of the woodworks, and let me tell you, they will talk trash to the grave, and that's totally fine. It's unbelievable. Like, after they knocked us out of the playoffs last year, they were all up in our mentions after they got beat.
For why, though?
Like, I don't even know. Like, go enjoy your win. Or last night, like, go enjoy your Christmas. Like, I quit responding because I just started telling people Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, okay? Happy New Year.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas. Okay. Anyways, we love you guys. Thanks again for listening, following along. We will check you 2018. We'll see you next week. So, have a good week.